Shout out to my old coworker. I had a breakdown with her today. I know my lips look white. I got foundation on my mouth. I was gonna put some lipstick on. Let me just take this off so I don't look so white and powdery. My old coworker, I used to train her. Hey, look at you. You on the live real quick. Shout out to you. What's up, Chief? But I was talking to my old coworker. I used to train her. And she was like, well, I have a whole J. I don't really smoke like that. My boyfriend had rolled it for me. So if you want it, you can have it. I was like, what you want me to pay for it? Because I really don't have nothing, but I can pay you back when I get something. She was like, girl, you got it for free. I said, nigga, God blessing me. Because y'all know I needed it. All right, this is going to be the last month in time. This is the last month in time. Hold on, let me find somewhere where I can go. Actually, I know where I can go. I know exactly where I can go. I know exactly where I can go. How y'all living? How y'all feeling? What's going on tonight? Oh, free food giveaway, 5 to 6 p.m. Free food giveaway. Yeah, I would definitely jump on that. Definitely jump on that. My issue ain't my food right now. I get my food stamps on the 7th. My issue is my rent. But hold on, y'all. Y'all know I'm driving. I don't want to do nothing crazy. I'm about to go to this park nearby and smoke. And this is gonna be the last time. It's gonna be the last time I get on here sad, depressed, and period. Y'all, I broke my nail. R.I.P. Here it go right here. Here it go right here. My lips look so dry. I swear it's just the makeup. I had to put something on my face. I can't wait to talk to y'all. I'm about 2 minutes away from the playground. Because I got some shit to get off my chest. It's going to be a long one. Go ahead and get comfortable. Because it's going to be a long. I'm going to get all this off my. I'm going to throw this all up. And tomorrow, November 1. I know it's not November 1st. It's not tomorrow. I know it's only the 29th today. But come November 1st, November 1, 11/1, 2024, we ain't doing this no more. We passed my mom and my daddy house. Thank you. It's actually like a dress. It's a dress. What's going on, Akbar? It's gonna be a long one, y'all. I'm at the light right now. I'm trying to go to a park because you know we having a J Day. Shout out to people who want to bless you. When you are blessing to other people, people want to bless you. I got this whole J for free. This is the longest light of my life. I'm just trying to turn. I promise y'all, this is gonna be a long one. I had to really like self-reflect today. I'm gonna get all into it, and we're just gonna vomit it out. I cannot wait because this has been a long time. Thank you, damn. Because it's been a long time coming. Wait till I get to this playground. I'm gonna speed through this hoe because I got something. Damn, another light. See what Satan do? See what Satan do? I don't like that. Anyways, until we get there, how are y'all doing? What's going on? How y'all feeling today? It's Tuesday, but y'all know this like my Friday because my daughter go to her daddy house. So I ain't got to worry about cooking for nobody, cleaning up after nobody. Just for today. Just for today. Let me get over here. Y'all want to see my city? What's up, Nathaniel Lopez? Y'all want to see my city? My city, my city, my city. Yeah. This is the townhouse I was supposed to get into. Yup. These right here is the peas. They look cute, but these are the peas. We got 2 peas in our area. That's the peas. And then up the street, these are not the peas. But that little apartment complex, child, they found a body over there. I said, oh my God. Oh, not the whole body. And the peas. I live in the hood, but them is the peas. They look nice though on the outside. Because I live in a Commonwealth area. So, you know, everything gonna look real Commonwealth But you know what I'm saying? Looks wealth, giving broke. You feel me? But I like my little area. It just be, you know, with the income restricted houses, you put everybody in one little neighborhood, you know, the energy, the vibes. And then they all come from DC. I live in Northern Virginia. So they all come from DC, Maryland, come down here just because it's like a little bit slower. It's like from DC, Maryland, like where I live is like North Carolina compared to like DC, Maryland. Come on, boo. You driving slow. What's the problem? I don't want to do this, but it's been 10 minutes and I'm just trying to get right up the road. This don't make sense. And you literally riding on your brakes. I hate when people do that. That don't even cause for all that. I'm turning the same way, boo. We could have went the same. It's the same thing. Lord Jesus. Oh, please do not call me baby mama. Call me something. What's up, queen? What's up? Like, give me something else than just baby mama, please. But hey, Timothy, what's going on? What's going on with the going on? Are they practicing today? Nope. I can park right over here and light my fucking J. Because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to stay kind of close to the outside. Oh! It's J-Day. It's J-Day. Oh my gosh, it's J-Day. All right. All right, let's talk. Thank you, baby. You have a glowing beauty today. Hey, Ryan. I don't know if you guys are still on the live. Ryan's actually my son's name. My little 17-year-old. He don't be messing with his mom like he used to. But thank you. Shout out to Ryan. You know what Ryan means? I'll let you give me $5 if you know what Ryan means. I will let you pay me if you know what the name Ryan means. I know what all my kids' names mean. Okay? Let me get this on my chest. This is what made me snap today. Because little kid, yes! Period. You better, you know the vibes. Yes. My son's name is Ryan Mackay. And then my daughter's name is Alana, which means princess, McKaylee. And I just, oh my God, I love the whole, and I was like, if I have another baby, I'm naming, if it's a boy, I'm naming him King, just straight up, because I want all my kids to have the royalty. You feel me? Because they wrote, and both of them Leos too. Both my kids, the King and the princess, they're both Leos, okay? And they give me very much so, kiss my ass energy, very much so royal energy, okay? Very much so. And so, yeah, if I have another son, I either want to name him King or Prince. I know that sounds really cliche, but all my kids have to have that. And then my daughter's name, I want to name her Caliana, because Caliana means princess too. And I'm from Cali. So anyways, let me tell y'all what pissed me off today. Hey now, and period. Let me tell y'all what pissed me off. There's this YouTuber, his name is Party Next Door. He is all about the gossip, all about the tea, all about the baddies, all about the recaps and everything else. And he's been doing his big one. He's younger than me, but I guess he went to one of his alma mater homecoming. I don't even know what school he went to. I'm sorry, but whatever the case is, while he was there at his homecoming, you know, he's out there performing and stuff. Like, he's doing his big one. He on the mic, and everybody's like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? I think his name's Malik. I think. Either way, so, you know, I go on his thing because it says, like, it's something about, like, a star is born or something like that. Some real, like, you know, it's my time or something like that. And I'm going through it. I'm breaking down. I'm boo-hooing. If y'all catch the live from yesterday, like, I'm on my period. I'm very emotional. I just don't feel like dealing with nobody. Like, I really was going fucking through it yesterday. I went to an interview. They did not hire me, which pissed me off because I am overqualified for the position. And I feel like that's the reason why they did not hire me, because you're overqualified. Like, you know, you can pretty much pop your shit in here because you overqualified. And if at any point you want to leave, you could leave. But whatever the case is, it is what it is. It's fine. Either way, I'm going through depression. I haven't eaten days. I can't even eat. I'm catching up on my food now. I have thyroid issues. You already know. Hi, Nathaniel. I done said hi 6 times, boo. Either way, I'm like, hey, how you doing? You know, talking to the boy, I'm like, you are inspiring. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm going through a lot in my life right now, and seeing you is inspirational. Like, that was my truth. He sends me the most nice comment. I remember when I was going through my blah, 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 blah. So it's all love. Like, I'm, you know, oh my gosh, keep shining, whatever, whatever. If anybody's reading this, just pray for me and my daughter. People underneath the comments being real, like, why are you sharing your business online? Da, 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 da. This is what kills me, though. Because why not? Everybody has an attitude with somebody sharing something, people asking for money, people doing da 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 da. My thing is, if that's not your thing, sharing your business, going on live, telling people what's going on, your troubles, your trials, your tribulations, that is on you. But let me tell you something about me. I don't have nobody in my circle. I don't have nobody in my home. This is somebody who is a survivor. I used to really cut myself. I used to really harm myself. And I realized at some point and sometime my life is valuable. And if people don't want to be a part of it, or they don't want to hear or see what I got going on, that's okay. But there will never be a point in my life again, in my adult life, being in my 30s. The last time I harmed myself was 2018, and it was this one here. So it wasn't just like no little baby cut. Like, the last time I really did some damage to myself was only in 2018. I will never come into a situation ever again in my life feeling like my back is up against the wall. I don't have nobody to talk to. I don't have nobody relate to, and I have to go through shit by myself. It will never be that. So for the losers, because that's exactly what they are, losers who come on people's shit and they feel like they can pop they and you stupid for putting yourself up. And it wasn't just that comment. I've heard that so many times with people saying real crazy stuff about how they feel about somebody else telling their feelings. If it's not for you, boo, then scroll on. It don't hurt my feelings. Y'all see these numbers fluctuate all day. It's 7 now, and I bet you in 2 minutes it's only going to be about 3 of y'all. I don't care. But for it to be a situation where people on the outside feel like they have such strong opinions to talk about you because you brave enough to tell people that you going through some stuff, because I refuse to hurt myself. I refuse to put myself in a situation where my kids ain't going to end up with their mom. And let me be clear too, because I understand, I know this day and age, people be like, oh, you venting to get sympathy, you venting to get money, you venting blah, 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 blah. Let me go ahead and explain my intent. I vent, okay, because after I'm done venting, I don't want to revisit it again. I'm not no, like, weak ass whatever. I just am going through a really, really tough time. So in this time, once I vent, especially, I didn't even think that this was really going to go off nowhere. It was 3 months ago where I was getting like 2,000 views on the stream. And I don't even know what that was. That was like a Friday, Saturday night. I got shadow banned after that. And ever since I got shadow banned, my numbers are going back up again. But it's very, very slow. So I'm not looking at this like, oh my God, I'm going to be an overnight celebrity tomorrow. Or, oh my God, something big is going to come. I don't even think I'm going to get no type of nothing. Like, this to me is like maybe by the end of next year, giving me an additional $1,000 a month. Like, I'm not going to stop it because, you know, eventually you put in the hard work, you keep going, you keep grinding, you'll see your success. I don't have the story like everybody else out there who just so happens to be, I know this one girl, her name Big Keish. No shade, no tea. I watch her. She cool as hell. Her lies, vibes, everything. She be going up. Cool. Cool. That's good for you. My story's not like that. So while I'm down here at low numbers, let me go ahead and just express to y'all what I have going on. Is that going to be a forever thing? Hell nah. Am I going to be forever and always down? Hell nah. If that was the intent, do you think that I would be sitting here documenting anything? Because if I'm going to be down, I might as well just stay the fuck down. Hell nah. I'm saying this, one, because I want to get it out. And two, I know 2 years from now, I can look back on this content and be like, baby girl, you did that. These people still will never understand the struggle that you went through. Not to mention, well, everybody's like, oh my God, like, you know, just keep your head up. I literally have thyroid disease. Go look up where the thyroid's affect. I don't care if everybody hops off this live and goes on Google. It affects your hormones. There are people who are on mood stabilizers who have thyroid issues. I choose not to. I choose just to go to God. So if I decide in this moment that I want to vent because I want to beat the stereotypical or the stereotypes about people with depression and anxiety, that they're all depressive and sad and they're bringing it and they can't. No. I go through it daily and I'm going to get my black ass the fuck up talk to y'all how I want to talk to y'all, vent to y'all what I want to vent to y'all, and that's that on that. Who comments? Like, I wish I could have I probably would screenshot that shit and put it in my motherfucking community tab. Because who comments on something like, oh, like, I would never, because I was like, oh, you're real inspirational talking to the boy Malik. You real inspirational, keep it going. Like, how do you idolize people? Who the fuck is idolizing? Because I told him, you're doing a good one. There's people right now who are subscribed to my channel that see me and they'd be like, dang, like, you're inspirational. Y'all idolizing me? That's weird. You're weird. And I pray anybody out there who's going through something and don't have nobody to talk to, start a channel. Please don't let nobody make you feel no type of way. If you're somebody who vents on Facebook, I don't know where this happened. I think I started seeing this trend after 2016, because something happened in 2016. Okay? Between the Black Lives Matter, the Me Too movements, all of that, something happened in 2016 energetically where the world felt like it was just a big ass fuck it. And from 2016 on, people have been so heartless. People have been so cruel. People have been so disrespectful. Like, if that's you, then do you. I refuse to be another body here in my city just because I felt like I was going through something. Then I come on here and motherfuckers want to make me feel worse. Period. Because I'm upset, Nathaniel. And baby boy, if it's not your vibe, then right now you can move on. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just really irritated right now. And I want to be able to express, again, whether it's my words, my verbiage. And I understand curse words is bad. I just said another one. I'm trying to change my life. But my thing is, let people grow and go how they need to grow and go. Stop trying to be on the outside. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know that. Like, you have no idea. Let people grow. Like, I'm so tired of it. I'm really tired of it. Everybody got an opinion on everything. Like, Lord Jesus, if I'm not your cup of tea, please put it down and get some goddamn coffee. And that is just for sure. I hate to do it. I don't want to go back and forth. No, you don't got to be sorry. I don't talk to sorry people. But my thing is this. That's my whole point. Just read the room. That's it. People can say, people can do, people can move how they want to move. And at the end of the day, you don't know what other people are going through. So let me go ahead and back up. That's what I wanted to say on that, because that pissed me off. I was going to make a whole separate video atting him and his subscribers, but I'm like, I don't need to put him in it. Let me just go ahead and go on my channel, pop my shit real fast. But let's go back, okay? Let me go back. Because after today, like I said, this is going to be the last time you talking about it. Let me light up. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I ain't gonna go back in time because I know everybody got a story, okay? Everybody got a story. Everybody depressed about something. Everybody going through stuff. Maybe I'll talk about it one day, but it's not significant now. Period. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you for not taking my words no type of way and running off and being no type of way, because it's not towards you at all. All right? And I'm a woman, and I can say, listen, I understand people. I ain't trying to hurt people, but hurt people hurt people. And let me tell you the same thing I tell my kids, okay? If I'm on the crosswalk, okay, and I'm driving, and you try to walk across the crosswalk, you're going to get hit. Okay, let me go across the crosswalk. Let me just do my thing. Okay, okay, because you and okay, I love y'all. I do, from a deep place in my heart. That's why I come and I vent. And I know it looks crazy. And I know people feel some type of way. And I know XYZ elemental P. And I know that. But when you ain't had nobody, like I said, we can talk about my whole life story, but we ain't gonna do that today. Because all of us got a story. All of us got we going through, okay? All of us do. But if y'all understood, this all I got. This all I got. This all I got. This all people, 7 people, like I said, how many times has it fluctuated since we've been on here? How many times? Okay? I'm waiting for it to go down to 1. This all I got though. And I appreciate it. And I'm going to uplift the people. And I'm going to talk to y'all. I'm going to love on y'all. But when I post my stuff, I just want the same. That's it. I don't want people to be judging. I mean, I can't control that because people going to be people. But this be like, damn. Let me go ahead and tell y'all what's going on. They look cute little couple. They was up there talking. He got, no fucking way. He got a busting the females. What y'all doing? It's in the protein shakes, ain't it? Yeah, everybody at the gym. Everybody trying to do protein. Okay, so let me go ahead and get into tea. Just this year alone, this is the last time. Okay, people ask me what's going on. I'm gonna refer y'all back to this video. Okay, the last video. Okay. Okay, because they're not lighting up how I wanted to. May of last year, I started working at a job, and I don't give a fuck. The name of the company was Self Storage Plus, and it was a storage company. So it was part commission and part base pay. That was the most I was getting paid at any job. I think base pay was like 1750 to like 1775, and then you would get paid commission, and you would sell storage units. So off each unit, I would get $10. Okay, so the highest amount of units that I've sold was 99 units. So you charge times 99 by 10, you're getting money. Okay, you charge 70 by 10, you're getting extra money. That's extra money. So it was a nice little cute job. However, they require a lot of out of you. This company, when I was working at, when I started working at the company again last year, I don't know how many facilities they've opened up since then, but they were up and coming. They had probably had like 70 units. Now, when y'all think about U-Haul, y'all think about what is the other one? Public Storage. Think about Cube Smart. There's hundreds of them, right? So this one, they probably only had 70 locations, and it was only like in like Northern Virginia, North Carolina, Florida. Like, it doesn't really matter. Point blank period is there wasn't a lot of locations. So we knew when we first got hired that it isn't going to be a lot of money coming from the company, as in like we can't give like, every 3 months evaluation, every 6 months, everybody get raises, we can't do that. So in my mind, I'm like, cool, you know what, it's fine, it's not a problem. I will just go ahead and get a part-time job. Because of this, the money and the amount of storage units and stuff that they had, or the lack of facilities that they had, let me word it that way, you started out only working part-time. That's all they would allow when you started working out. Depending on who you were, if you asked, they would kind of be maybe throw you a little bit more, but you wasn't getting no more than maybe like 30 hours a week, just because budgets and stuff. It was like there was hardly no money. You would get a lot of money with your bonuses, but we had to cut your time, right? So everybody kind of took a liking to me, my personality. Y'all can get the vibes, like, duh. But on top of that, I had a really good phone presence, right? So thank you so much for calling Public Storage. My name is Ray. How can I help you, right? Everybody was into the vibe. Hey, do you think you can work full time? I said, cool. Fast forward in the story a little bit. Full time obviously brings more money, but when I say full time, it went from, do you think you work full time? Yes. We love you on the phones. Do you think you can train? Yes. So not only, and it was work from home too. So if you're working from a certain time, and when I say so much of your time, the last shift got off at 7, but for me working full-time shift, it would be from 10 to 7. Of 2 weeks, 114 hours. I'm working 6 days a week, right? Cool. Hey to all the people who are joining. I hope you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. I'm just talking about my life, why I'm so messed up this year, and why this will be like the last time I'm talking about it and going through it, because I've cried so many times on YouTube. I have not gotten any love. And let me not say that. Let me not be grateful. I've gotten so much love. But like the comments and stuff, like people will watch you, people will support you, people will say, be with you, stay strong. But it's like, it be the negative comment. So it's like, let me vent this out, because I'm tired of coming on here crying. I'm tired of looking vulnerable and weak. I'm tired of having people talk down to me. And now at this point in my life, it's like, I realize nobody's going to come save me. Nobody's gonna rub my back. Nobody's even gonna validate my feelings. That's the real truth. At 34 years, I realized I just want people to validate my. I'm sorry about my internet. You got to do blah 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 blah. Like my dad was only worried about like you don't what it looks like blah blah. I'm telling my dad I want to end it. Like I'm telling him this. Like I'm looking my father, my mother. I'm not adopted. That came from my father's sack, came out of my mother's vagina, and I'm telling her and him I don't want to be here anymore. And they tell me like, oh, when I tell y'all, either way. So the company tells me, listen, we love you. What's gonna happen? But it is what it is. I don't really care. So, they tell me, we're gonna need you for the lead position, and so that means you're gonna get an automatic pay raise. We're thinking anywhere between, this is my immediate supervisor, my boss talking to me and telling me this, anywhere between 45 to like $52,000 a year. Now, that's not like $100,000, $80,000, but that's a nice jump start, especially somebody who, my background, I wanted to go to school, went to college. Again, we can get to my backstory, but my parents, when I first had my son, I was a teen mom, and instead of it being just like, again, your mental health, it's like, you need to hurry up and go to school. You need to have, obviously, going through depression, anxiety, like, and just having a baby postpartum, like, literally, I left my baby after having him. He was 4 months old. I went to another state 6 hours away because this was the college that, my parents wanted me to go to, and really the only another college, but at the time, the only college that, was accepting me because my grades were okay. They weren't the greatest, and it was last minute, like, registering, whatever it's called, because at first, because I had to have my baby. I had my baby July, and then I went into school in January. But yeah, I just didn't go to school. Like, I was out of it. I was sleeping most of the day. My body was tired. I would just be achy, obviously still pretty much formulating breast milk, everything. I would go back home on the weekends. Like, I didn't feel like I could enjoy myself. I had mom guilt. It just was a lot of, not even mom guilt, just the fact that I'm a mom at 17. I felt guilty about it, right? So either way, fast forward to, I went to 7 different colleges, and financial aid said you had to pay it back. That's that on that. Again, putting it in the story because you hear people all the time with their insensitive asses, well, why don't you go to college, make a better way for yourself? Well, jackass, if it worked out that way, where financial aid could just be financial aid and we'll just give it to you, but it doesn't work that way. So I tried, and I went to so many different schools because every single time I told my parents I wanted to come home, I needed a break, it would be a long 3-month conversation, then brainwashing, making me feel horrible about myself. It was arguing, it was yelling. There was times that I would literally be parked on the curb and just wanted to go sleep in my car instead of being in the house. There was times where my parents kicked me out. And I had to sleep in the car in front of the house because I could not go inside the house. That was how toxic it was. My parents were both pastors, and they were hurt by me having a baby as so young, but at the same time, there was a lot of things that they did that hurt me, and that was the reason why I was looking for love in that young age. And again, I was molested when I was younger. I couldn't talk about it with them. So anything major emotional or something that happened to me in life, which was a lot, I did not have anybody to go to or to talk about or to have anything. So yeah, it just, again, ended up me harming myself or, arguing, yelling, just being the worst version of myself. So let's fast forward. Okay, well, since I'm there, let me get into my path. I would be like, people would hate me so much, and I would be such in a ugly state of mind that it made me want to do things to myself, but it also made me, like, once I would be on the other side, like, I needed to figure out what was wrong with me. I literally, out of all the trauma I went through, and me handling it the best way that I can, having so many people attack me, after all of that, my mind was, there's something wrong with me. So I went into this whole journey, self-discovery, talking and finding my angels, and what the are you doing? Card reading, healing, talking to other people. I wrote 4 books on Amazon. I created I Am Eve. If y'all can ever go Reddit, I don't know, try to go find it, because I've been trying the Wayback Machine. I've been trying to find some of my videos, but I deleted my YouTube, so I don't even know, and I don't think anybody like uploaded any of my stuff. But long story short, I was really like popping. Like, I was talking to the twin flame community, card reading community, tarot. Like, that's where my heart is. That's where I find my joy, just being more so spiritual. Like, I love talking to the spiritual community because it's a group of people who are really trying to find what's going on with life. Like, they're okay with not having materials because they really want to understand spiritual. And I realized that was great, but I also realized that God wanted us to have materials. So I went into a whole business and helping people brand their businesses. And I helped a lot of people start their businesses back in 2016, 2017. Now, it went to because twin flame, I thought there was a guy. I thought he was my twin flame. And he was married. He was a married pastor. And I had no idea. I had no clue. When I talk to you, when I tell you you're standing in front of people trying to speak spiritually, and then it comes out that Miss Spiritual is out here not only, I thought that was my dad. That's why I was looking so hard, y'all. Not only is she, you know, the guy, obviously if he's married, he's off again, on again. It looks kind of shaky. But then you find out that Negro married, and she out here preaching. When I tell y'all spiritually, I hit the floor and I crushed myself. Like, I could not understand why and how this would happen. Long story short, God was trying to share with me the purity within me. Like, I shouldn't be having sex with none of these Negroes before marriage. That's just it. I grew up that way. I understood, you know, my worth. And it's not even trying to play games with dudes and all that other stuff. It's just, one, I am such a sensitive person. I'm such a lovey-dovey person. I associated at the time sex with love. And I could be honest with it. So I was very loose. It wasn't like I was a hoe. Like, we didn't have mad niggas. Like, I mean, although the niggas wanted me. But I did not mind doing anything and everything to please this person. And he ain't had to do no type of effort because I'm associating sex with love. You know what I mean? Because that's how I was raised as a Christian woman. You know, when they have sex with you, and you hear it all your life, sex, that's what they wanted. Once they have sex with you, they trying to take, you know, and now they want, and it's the sex, and you need somebody, and it's just like, okay, well, this is such a big thing about sex. Like, okay, if a guy wants to have sex with me, clearly, and I also always wanted to go back to the church community and really sit them down, but I don't think that they do that as much. I think now it's a lot of self-acceptance, like, as far as maturing in the church. But, like, that's not how you teach. When you put so much, and then you put so much emphasis on being a wife. You put so much emphasis on having sex. You put so much emphasis on this. You put so much emphasis on that. And now you have these women, these young children, and I don't want to say brainwashed, but you have these young women who are really dedicated to their faith because of God being real and how they felt worshiping and being in God. And they feel some type of guilt, or they feel some type of misconstrued, or some type of like mentality surrounding sex and men and being wife. And you have a lot of women whose parents Christian and they Christian, holy, that are depressed and sad because of the relationships that they choose. Thankfully, that ain't me. Now, that was me. But then after that situation, when I hit rock bottom, I was like, forget this twin flame stuff, forget this card reading stuff. And I just became a thug. Like, no nigga can do nothing. I ain't talk to you. I ain't try, you know. Next dude after him, like, for sure, he gonna go through it. So with my baby daddy, sometimes I put him through it. I have a bad attitude with him. But fast forward to the job. That was back then. I'm healing, I'm learning. But yeah, part of the reason why I'm not married, which we were engaged, which I'm gonna get into it, because he played out me, and I'm in my feelings about, in my bag about it. But I wasn't that nice to him, y'all. I wasn't. It be my mouth. Like, I just be like, boy, who the fuck? Well, I will chop, karate chop. Like, I don't know. I'm a thug with it. Like, my mom used to talk to me. My mom was calling me the B word when I was like 9, 10. Like, and these were Christians, pastors. Like, and I'm not saying nothing negative, because I feel like my mom and my dad did their thing with raising 3 kids. But specifically my mom, and my dad's a pastor. Let me be clear. My dad's a pastor. My mother is not. So I don't want people to be trying to come for my mom. My mom was She was the salt to my dad's pepper. You feel me? Like she get you together, and I think my dad kind of liked that because he was more meek, more quiet. And my mom snatch your wig real quick. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? But it gets to a point where you can take it too far, and I can see that with me and my partner as well. That it's like, okay, that attracts that spiciness, but it's like when the spicy too hot, you gonna swallow it. You feel me? Like it'd be too spicy, right? I'm working on it. But let me go back to the job. So my boss at the time, this is this year. I'm fast forwarding back to this year if y'all are just joining me because I had to get this off my chest. Let me get all over that. Okay. So she also happened to be a realtor, right? She is telling me, we're going to get you into this house. We're going to do XYZ, LLE. I need all your information. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Blah, 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 da, 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 da. We're going to get you to this house. So I'm excited because my lease is about to be up. When was my lease up? I think April. No. My lease was up July because I re-signed the lease, and now next year my lease is up in September. And it's 2 months, July, August, September. Yeah. So my lease was up in July. I'm in the same place. This is my 3rd year I had to sign my lease. So she's like, okay, boom. By the time July hits, because we're going to give you this raise in March, and you're going to be the lead. At that point, it didn't really matter. I was good at both. So I was going back between the lead or the customer service. I mean, the sales or the customer service lead. Only reason why I wanted to do sales lead is because at the time, how it was being promoted is that I can still sell. I'll be the lead, so I'll be getting a raise. I'll be able to get money off of my units, and that's the reason why they want to put me in this position, because I'm the highest selling person here. I could sell salt to a slug. You feel me? This is what it is, So I want to have that extra money. And she was telling me that you get a portion of the other people's rentals too, because it's your team, it's your lead. So you're putting people, blah, blah, blah. So you get a little portion. I said, okay, cool. That's what we're going to do. That's how it's going to be. I'm excited. I finally have found, after all that, again, I told y'all I was doing the cards. I was doing that. Like nothing in my life was stable. It was fun. I felt like this was my calling to do something, to talk to people, but I just didn't know what God had me doing at the time. And like I said, like even when I try to go back to the card readings now, I enjoy it, but it's like it becomes draining when there's nobody that's really watching and doing, because it's just like you're just doing it all day, and it just becomes like it's just too much. So maybe I might start an Instagram, and I might just do something where I don't have to be on video and just make it like that type of vibe. But I don't really know. Or maybe just a TikTok thing. I don't really know. I can't tell you. I can't call it, because I love doing the readings, but like it just be too much. Like it just is too much energy not to get nothing reciprocated. And I'm just going to keep it as it is. I can see why the readers are like, hey, listen, tip me. Y'all want to see the rest, y'all got to go to the other channel. Like I could see that, because it just is too much for nothing. Like it's too much. Anyways, long story short, what was I about to say? And let me be clear. People are like, oh, you supposed to be spiritual with the card readings and stuff like that, and you're charging. That's the only way I would do card readings, is if I'm getting paid for it. Let's be clear. I just gave myself an idea. Bitch, I'm moving to TikTok. Anywho, long story short, because it's getting longer and longer and longer. She gonna come to me in February. Now, I told y'all, this is my dream come true. I'm finally gonna make this money. That's why it was between a 40-something and a 50-something, depending on, we're gonna have these sales center, we're gonna have all these stores open. She's sizing me. Mind you, October, because it was a part-time job. I started this job May 2023. In October, I had a conversation with my boss and said, I don't want to do this. I want to get two part-time jobs so that I can not be here all the time. I get my commission. That's great like that. I get my money. But also, I have enough time now where I can work another job and I can get the money from there too. Like I could just, because I'm somebody who likes to move. I don't like to be doing the same thing every day, going to the office. But full time, making this much money, I'm like, let's go. So she gonna sit me down in January. Mind you, I'm like, my life is getting better come January 1, everything. Because now I can start planning for the rest of my life. I can start planning. I want to really be married. Talk to my boyfriend about having a real serious, like, this is our time. I really want to get married. Talk about us really seriously having kids. Talk about, like, because now my money is growing. So it's not just this house or this whatever. Mind you, from November or maybe December up until when I left, which we'll get into. She was my realtor. We doing all this stuff. Like, let's get your I'm gonna hook you up with this lender, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Let me get your information. Let me get your boyfriend's information. Like, I'm doing all of this stuff, thinking under the pretense, because she's even using my future income as something for me to put on the documents for that, so that we can see and estimate what we need to do for this loan, because she wants to get her sale. And you gonna tell me in January that's not gonna happen? Mind you, she told me in January it wasn't gonna happen, but because of budgets, but they ended up giving somebody else a raise that happened to be of a different skin color, somebody who I trained, and they gave her a raise. But you don't have it in the budget. Now, I ain't not hating on her. Whatever she got, she deserves it. Whatever she did, she deserves it. But what you're telling me is we don't have enough money, but you have enough money for the people that you want to put in certain places that you want to have enough money for. I'm cool with her doing it. Ray, you're not qualified. That's okay. I'm not saying she got the job. What I'm saying is you told me, and this is how they try to gaslight you, the corporate world, honey, okay? Let's be very clear. You told me you don't have the budget, which means after you budgeting everybody else who you felt should be in the budget, you didn't have anything left, which means I was an afterthought, which means I wasn't something, it wasn't a real thing. This is you sizing me up because you're a realtor. Let's be all the way clear. It was a fantasy in your mind. Yes, you would have loved for it to be this way. But this wasn't something that you and the higher ups were talking about. This wasn't an ongoing conversation. This isn't something that has been in the works for a while. This is something that you fantasize in your mind. And when I told you in October that I had other plans, because I could have been working part-time at a daycare, which we'll get into that because that's what happened next, and making the money that I needed to make so that we could have kept the housing and everything else that you're talking about, we could have kept it going. Because I would have been getting paid another salary. I got paid my last job $18 an hour at a daycare. So I could have had extra income and let that be my part-time, and then have this here, let this be my part-time. Like, I could have worked the plan how I needed to work the plan, because I have 2 kids that need to eat. At this time, my son was living with me. I have 2 kids. And when I say my son was living with me, he was a 16-year-old boy eating, going through food. Like, I had bills to pay. I had mouths to feed. I had people to take care of. So when you played me and I sat and thought about it, and it just became more and more work. This was January, she told me. More and more work. More and more work. More and more work. More and more work. I'm still not getting it. What was the cherry on the cake, or the ice cream? Cherry on top. Y'all know what I'm saying? The icing on the cake and the cherry on the ice cream. There was this young man. Love him to death. He had dreads. Now, between me and you, his dreads was a little strong smelling, a little funky. But she came to me and she wanted to talk to me about it. Hey, you think you could talk to him? You have a good relationship with him? I said yes. I tried talking to this man, because I'm not gonna come right out and tell you stink. You know, she came and sat down with the whole office. Everybody missed the clue, because half the office smokes. So everybody thinking that she's coming. Now, she's pulled me into the office, right? Because I was the trainer, the lead. She already pulled me. She already told me. So she pulled me into the office, and we already know that what she's talking about, or what I already know what she's talking about, is how strongly this gentleman smells. But after the meeting, everybody like, yo, Rays, because she smelling smoking, like we smell like smoke. Because when I be on my lunch break, like that, mind you, we only have a 30-minute lunch break at this place. When I be on my lunch break or whatever, woo woo woo, la 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 la, I go smoke. I'm like, oh my God. No, that wasn't it. It was, yada, yada, yada. So long story short, we had tried like 3 times, and she really kept pressing me as the issue. And then she's like, well, when you become lead, this is going to be situations that you have to deal with. First of all, we've already tried to talk to this man. At this point, not only me, but her boss had told her it's just probably a cultural thing. He's African. Not to say anything, but I'm saying, like, how he feels about what he smells like. His house could smell like that. His family could smell like that. His dreads can mean something to him where he never wants to touch them. Who knows? He could have died one time, came back. Jesus Christ himself rubbed his hands and his scalp, and he don't want to do nothing with it. Whatever the case is, that is that man's prerogative. And unless you're going to be forthright and saying it, it doesn't need to be a snuck around conversation. And like you said, when I become lead, so I'm not there yet, you put on your big girl panties and you do what you need to do. Because at this point, we don't have a lead of nothing. We only have supervisor. So you're my supervisor. Get on your job. Girl, you trying to play with the wrong one. I started to sit and think about something, and this was my first time. This is no shade, no tea, working for a white boss. I've never worked for one, but just, and this is not all white people, but just the cluelessness that this one had. She was so out of touch. She was so clueless. Like, I just never in my life just met somebody who was so privileged in their way of dealing and handling people. And I couldn't. And there were some other situations with me and another person, and I felt like how she handled it was wrong. Ugh. She was all talking about something. I embarrassed her. To scratch myself in my nose. She's like, I embarrassed her because whatever. I know that this storyline throughout this whole situation is my attitude, but I also know at the end of the day, like, none of this happened because of my attitude. All this stuff happened because y'all are trying to play me. Y'all are trying to play me. So this one situation where I did spaz on her, I apologize. But, well, I didn't spaz on her. I spazzed on the girl, and I said, hey, listen, I got to go. Because I've reached my limit at this point. I want to go home now. I want to go home. Because at this point, I've reached my limit. And I'm not about to keep going back and forth with you. I'm not about to keep doing this. So, long story short or whatever, that happened. I left my job. I had my computer, like I said, working 6 days a week. So at the time, me and my daughter's father, where my attitude with him, I would have an attitude. It was also, he wasn't stepping up. So like I said, I have an attitude, but it be things that, like, the only reason why I can only condemn myself is because, bitch, you don't have to deal with certain stuff. And I feel like again, whether it just be wanting to have love in my life or wanting to be in relationships or whatever the case is, and I can own my stuff because, like I said, I just want to heal. I want to move on. I'm tired. I don't care what I sound like at this point. Let me get all of it out. Your girl was feeling like she was not good enough and wanted to have love, so I put up with certain things. And of course, I love my baby daddy. I think that, you know, me and him going to eventually end up together. But it's like, if we don't get it together, it's not going to happen. And at this point, I'm trying to get myself together. So he only was taking her on Friday nights because I work Saturdays. So what you doing? Because I work Saturdays. I would work from 8 to 4 or from 8 to 5. It just depends, you know, who was on that time on the phones. Mind you, this is working from home. So he would assume you working from home, it's nothing. But I was working customer service. Like, I was getting cussed out every day. I was getting people calling my phone, calling my computer, like trying to, you know, Zoom me. Let's talk about this and talk about this. Can you teach me this? Can you show me this? Like, can you reverse a payment? Like, it was just every single day. It was something stupid too. Like, certain stuff that, like, we trained on. Like, why are we still doing the same stuff? But again, that's corporate. You're going to have those people where you train these people. You're going to have to continue to, you know, whatever. So the job itself was just stressful. I'm working 6 days a week. And I'm talking about full-time hours. It's not 6 days a week, part-time hours. It's 6 days a week, full-time hours. And the people I'm training are slow. Like, they're just slow. Like, I sold units. I sold storage units, but we had a script. So we would, you know, have to introduce yourself. You have to say your name. You have to ask them name, location. And it was a lot too, because the customers, a lot of times they called and they knew what they wanted because they did storage for some time, or they were in a rush. You know, they're about to get evicted. They need to have somewhere to put their stuff. And we have to ask 50 million questions before we get to, you know, where you at. So I think it's kind of counterproductive, because then people, if they really need thing and they're in that frustration, we just lost the sale because we have to do 50 million things. However, it only mattered when we had a secret shopper, a mystery shop. And they would send somebody, and that person wouldn't be like mean or, you know, whatever. The whole point is they would slow it down because they want to just make sure that you'll ask those questions. So I would have to tell my team all the time, like, this is what it is. Team morale went up when I started working, because I'm the, hey girl, let's do this. Hey, y'all come on, let's do this. Like, we could work together. I want y'all to be excited when y'all come to work. Like, let's do this. Fast forward to, I just woke up one morning. I'm tired. I'm not gonna get anything that I'm asking for, because she said when March hits, you're gonna get this. Mind you, let me go back to January. January, she told me the position isn't going to be open, but she still told me that we would get a raise. March is here, or no, February is here, and she tells me that I'm not going to be able to get a raise. She said we just don't have it in the budget. We don't. I think maybe that all conversation, because no, March was something else. Okay, March is when our engagement ended. February, me and my baby daddy get engaged. Mind you, he's doing the bare minimum. Me and him still beefing. My son's living with me. He's acting up. He's going through. This teacher's telling me he ain't coming to school. He ain't turning in his homework. The teacher called me one time to see if I knew where he was at, because he calls them, or he goes to the nurse's office and is supposed to be down there. The teacher calls the nurse's office. He ain't been to the nurse's office. He ain't been back to class in like 25 minutes. I'm like, no, I don't know where this boy is. But when I find him, y'all better hope y'all get to him first. Like, I'm stressed. I'm living this black mom life. Like, this ain't, like, I'm tired. This boy not going to school. He don't feel like he has to. Again, when he was living with his dad, me and him are totally like different, like day and night. It's structure over here. It's go to bed at a certain time, give me your cell phone at night, whatever. Just because I know that when he was with his dad, he had a lot of stuff that they were smoking together, drinking together. That means you exposed to a lot of stuff. And at the time I had a little 3-year-old in the house. You can't just do whatever you want to do. Child, he was vaping in the house. When he first came, the first night my son came, okay, I had a bottle of Hennessy on the refrigerator, not even thinking about it. Was I wrong as a mom? Yes, because I should have put it up. But I was not even thinking about hiding anything from my son. First of all, it's December 31st. I mean, no, it was December 30th. No. It was December 31st. It was December 31st, because December 31st was my birthday. He had to go to the CVS to get himself a physical for school, because he was about to start that January coming up in the school year with me. I got him literally in December, the middle of the school year. I don't know why the judge allowed that to happen, but he should have been with me before so that he could have started the beginning of the school year. It just would have made things so much easier. Him starting in the middle of the year, it just was dumb. Dumb for my baby daddy, dumb for the judge. Just the whole situation was just dumb. So he comes anyway. December messes up his whole school year. He just doesn't feel like it. It's a different curriculum. Obviously, he's trying to play catch up, and it was just a lot for him. I feel very bad for the situation. I tried everything I could as a mom to try to get him. I mean, going to the courts, everything, trying to get him to just to have a schedule. Even now, like the appointments that he wants to do with mental health, because he feels like he's going through stuff. Like all of this is me setting this up. His dad does not do shit. His dad probably is smoking with him somewhere. I don't know. And I don't want to say too much, because, you know, my son's 17. He's grown. You know, this is last year of high school. Whatever he wants to do, that's his decision. But, you know, it just is it's stressful when I'm trying to parent as a mom. I have you come over here and there's such a big transition, and your dad doesn't like me, so he's not supporting it. And my parents spoil him, because again, I had him as a teen. So they're, he's just so, y'all know how grandparents be. And it's like, okay, he's about to fail. Like, he was about to fail this year. I had to go in there, mom crying, writing letters, trying to get people like, listen, give him a chance. If you just pass him, he's not going to, because at the time, me and him was going through what was going through one night. I just was like, give me all your game stuff. I don't want it in here. I don't want the house, give the game. You could take away his phone, and that's what I learned. You could take away my son's phone, because he's not really social like that anyway. It's them games, it's the Discords, it's the Twitches, it's all that. So I'm like, give me your shit. Give me all that. Oh, I want all that. And child, that was the worst thing I could have ever did. Okay, he just went off on me. I mean, we are in a 2-bedroom apartment. If y'all have been to my channel, y'all know my apartment is but so big. So when I tell you this man going off on me, I was like, I can't do it. I'm not about to hit you. I ain't about to do none of that. Because you my child. I ain't doing that. I know some mom that I'll knock my son. I ain't about to do that, because you're grown. He's taller than me. He's about to be 6'9". I ain't about to do all that. Call my his grandparents, my parents. Y'all got to come get him, because I can't. Like, I'm trying the best I can. And then when I try to do discipline that I'm supposed to do, you got an attitude. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the fact that you used to this. This is what you and your dad do. This is what y'all want to do. And so now I'm the world's worst mom, because I said, give me the stuff that I paid for back. Like, it was just, all of that was drama. So anyways, all of that stuff was going on. Me and my baby daddy get engaged in February. Again, all of that stuff is going on. My son decides after that little argument, he don't want to live with me no more. Broke my poor little heart, because, again, I'm just being a mom. When I tell y'all, I didn't even put my hands on my son. I don't even have that in me for my child. I don't have that in me for other children. It's just, you got to go, because now you doing all this with me. Like I said, that man's 6'9". Like, I'm 5'8". Like, you got me. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't know how far gone you, your daddy. I don't know. I just don't want to do this. That's this not what I want to do in front of my daughter. My daughter love you. Like, I don't want to do all this. So he decides it's better that he stay with his grandparents. Fine. I'll take it on the chin. Broke my heart. I had to leave the job. All of this is happening at the same time, y'all. Broke my heart. In the beginning of March, me and my baby daddy get into it real bad. He's like, I'm done. Now, the reason why is because during all of this stuff, like I said, how many days a week does he keep his daughter? Boom. Doesn't offer help. Of course, my son's now living here. I had told him before my son started to live here, babe, we need to spend more time together because once my son comes, I'm not comfortable. You don't even want to put a ring on my finger having my son, who's grown enough, he's 16 years old, knowing that a nigga just around the house. That ain't his dad, or, you know, they ain't got, you just around the house. Like, I told him, I said, yeah, we're going to get a new place. This is my son. This is how smart my son is. And he said, oh, well, is he going to pay for it too? I laughed. I said, asking the right questions. And asking the right questions, because ain't no dude about to be in the house laying up, ain't got no, he ain't offering you no ring, he ain't doing it, and he ain't paying bills. Like, absolutely not. That's weird. My son absolutely raised him right. Absolutely. So is this nigga gonna be paying something? And that's that one, dad. Like, yeah. But at the time it was like, yeah, he's gonna be paying it, because again, we had to run all of our stuff. Going back to my old boss, we had to run all the stuff, run all the paperwork, we had to do all that stuff. Boom. Me and him get into a real bad fight. I'm going through it. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm upset. I don't have no job. I don't have my son. Okay? They cut off social services because social services said, oh, you don't have no job, so you don't need daycare. My social worker just come to find out she was just a bitch, because I heard another person tell me, oh, that's not true, because they'll keep it and they'll check back in with you in 6 months and see, like, what's the progress of what you got going on. But, yeah, definitely, you shouldn't have got your stuff taken. Oh, I know. But either way, that's that on that. So I had my daughter with me, which wasn't a problem, but she was so used to having, you know, interactions with people. She was just all over the place. And at the time I didn't have no money. Again, what am I going to be able to take you to? So we went to the park, we would go to the library, we would do stuff like that just to keep her busy. But after a while, like, I'm getting tired. You know, I'm exhausted because it's an all-day situation. So my parents are already helping me pay rent, and they're feeling some type of way about it. I'm have to go to my baby daddy, who ain't throwing nobody underneath the bus. We all have to work on ourselves, and he just ain't had the money. And he already got child support taken out for another situation, whatever. But again, your girl was struggling by herself. So the daycare I would have to give for my parents. I started an OnlyFans. Like, I'm trying to do everything I can for myself. Like I said, me and him are not together. So even if I was like trying to look for something, like, we're not together. I'm not really, that's not an excuse. The nigga should take care of responsibilities. But again, I'm not pressing you out for it. There was a point in time where I was going to put him on child support. But I just don't believe in that. And anybody else can think whatever they want to think. I just don't believe in taking no black man to court. I'd rather just get it out the mud, period. And then the dudes that I mess with, it would never be that deep where it's like, you have money, you sitting on it, you got it, and you can't give it to me. So there's no reason for me to, or they don't take care of their kids, like, they don't see their children, they don't come by. I'll get into the progress that has been made now. But both of us, again, going back to our immature ways, that's what he was doing, not really giving too much money, not really spending too much time. And I just felt like, just on some G shit, me just keeping it real auntie time, he wanted it to do him anyway. Like, he was tired of this parenting, settling down. Like, he didn't want to do all that. That wasn't what he wanted to do. He wanted to have his little freedom. So he went out again. Fast forward again, this was March, we break up. By the end of March, I find out that he got somebody else. So he on vacations with her. He went on 2 vacations with her, went on basketball game, probably did some most shit that I don't even know about. Them the only things that I could really say that was brought to me. He done did all he wanted to do with her. It wasn't working out. Mind you, while he's doing that, I'm trying to get my shit, again, OnlyFans, trying to blah, putting in job applications. Boom. Come May, I get a job. It's daycare. I really didn't want to go back to daycare. When I was working at this other place, Self Storage Plus, I told myself that's the reason why I got into that job. That was my first, like, office job, customer service, whatever. Other than my parents' church, which I was a receptionist at. But that was my first time for real. And I just happened to be so good at it. So once I did that, I said, cool, let me go ahead and put this for a resume for some other places. But the customer service, receptionists. A lot of them are looking for bilingual around this area. A lot of them wanted weekends, which I told myself I can't do the weekends no more. It just takes up too much of my life. I miss so much of time with my daughter, and then by the time I got a chance to spend like on a Sunday, because towards the end of me working at the job, it was another thing. I started to have to work Sundays too. So it was like I'm working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She would give me some like Wednesday and like Monday off or something like that. Like, girl, no, absolutely not. If that's gonna be the case, you need to give me 2 days back to back, like a Thursday and a Friday. I have both those days off, and it'll be like my weekend, and or something like that. But again, working 6 days a week, you only gonna get that 1 day off. So it is what it is. Long story short, what happened? I got a job. Me and my baby daddy, I guess he playing X Games, because I didn't even know that he dealt with Shorty like that or what the situation was, but he was coming back to me, and I'm thinking every single time he come back to me, he's feeling bad. But yeah, no, he wasn't. He was playing games, and yeah, playing X Games, like I said. Anywho, it wasn't until I really cut that nigga off where it was like, oh, okay. But that didn't happen until, I want to say, May, June. Because by like April, May, June, I was down bad, y'all. I was crying every day. I have videos on here that I've privated, and I keep saying I'm going to unprivate them. I'm going to unprivate them. Like, that man put me through it. Like, that man put me through it. So, by like the end of, no, that's what it was. My son's birthday was July 27th, or is July 27th. I wanted to go do something with my son, because at this point this year, my son's living with his dad. So I said, I wanted to do something with my son. My son can get picked up. My dad loves going down and getting him. He's the one that drives. I don't drive. I get really bad road anxiety. But my dad goes, picks him up every other weekend. He brings him up here. We can have like just a me and him weekend time. Like you can be, or even my mom can watch the baby. Like the baby, whatever. But it would just be me and her having our time. He gonna tell me I'm going on vacation for 5 days, or I'm going on vacation from the 25th to the 30th. You didn't even ask me what I had to do. Like, you didn't ask shit. Like, you didn't say nothing. You didn't see if I had plans. You didn't, like, the 27th is my son's birthday. Like, you just move, and how you are, you just rude as fuck. So of course, what I wanted to do was not executed appropriately, but my son did have a good time. He got money, and honestly, he really didn't want to come up here, so he said he wanted to stay down with his little girlfriend. But that wasn't the point. The point was, I had a plan, and you ain't asked me what my plan was. Okay, all right. He turned 17 this year, y'all, so pray for me. Woo, Jesus, he turned 17. So he don't want to drive. He don't want to do something. I'm like, at least I don't have to worry about you, because you could be you local with it. You local with it. You ain't gonna do too much. You ain't gonna do too much. Not too much sound. Not too much sound. But it be them fast girls. But like, okay, I'll pick you up. Like, I'm waiting for her. I'll pick you up ass bitch. I'm waiting for her just so me and her can have some words, just really fast. Let me let you know I understand. But not with this one. Not with him. Okay, not with him. Okay. Either way, fast forward to, I started working at this job. The reason why I went back, because it was $18 an hour. I'd never worked for any other daycare that works $18 an hour. I have CDA, and never as a teacher, like as an assistant director, supervisor, or like some job where you have to do the most and do extra and spend extra time and do extra energy and all that, sure. But as just a teacher, I have never gotten paid that much. So I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, I could pay my bills with it. It's cool, be a little bit of a stretch, but again, I had my OnlyFans. I had other stuff that I was trying to do, like literally helping people with their graphics and stuff, little stuff like that. I was making plates at one point, selling them to the people at my job, because I would always stay with food, and everybody wanted to know, like, you got snacks, you got this. Like, literally, it got to a point where it was just like I was getting irritated because they were eating my shit for free, and I'm like, okay, I started making plates. What's up? And people really started, like, getting, it wasn't like a whole bunch, but like $10 a plate. Like, that was a little hustle, because she gonna eat, she gonna get it every single time. It is what it is. So, I have some videos too. I think I might have deleted those ones, though. I might have them of my school, or they might still be up. I don't know. I have to see. But I had a really, really good time. Fast forward to September. I had acrylic nails. There was a kid. It wasn't the best kid. He starts acting up. He starts being real dangerous. We're in the kitchen. He's bringing blocks, transporting blocks from the block area to the kitchen, and he's throwing them. Not at anyone in particular, but it's to the point where it's like they're wooden. Y'all know the old school wooden blocks. Like, you're throwing them, right? Cool. So he throws the block. He throws not one, he throws 2 blocks, and I grab him underneath here, where his arms and my hands are like this underneath him, and I scratch him. Okay. Mom already doesn't like the school because her kids had a bad rep. This was my first year with this little boy in my class, so I didn't know she was on 10 with us, because every single time I see her, it's, hey, how you doing? And he's so good, he did great today, blah, 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 blah. Well, long story short, she let the school know. She wanted to report it. She reported it. CPS randomly came to my house. Well, no, that day, it was a Thursday, I think the 4th or something like that of September. Police called me, and I'm shook, because I'm like, first of all, the situation was not even that serious where it needs to be the police and CPS and call. Like, it wasn't that serious. I wasn't upset. I wasn't mad. I wasn't like a frustrating thing. There was a lot of kids in the class. There was a lot of commotion. But literally, if you're holding somebody like this and you got acrylic nails, like, and they're doing all this, and I mean, you're gonna, it just is, I can't tell y'all how many times I had this little white girl named Allie. I will never forget her, because her mom was so cool, and I love her, and I love little Allie. She was the youngest one in the class, and I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to pick her up or something like that, again with the acrylic nails, and I scratched her on her face, and I actually felt so bad. I wrote a report to the mom, because you have to write a report if the kids get hurt, and I said, I scratched her. She said, listen, it happens. It wasn't that serious. Like, everybody knows me. I come with the nails, come with the hair. Like, everybody knows. It wasn't that serious. It just wasn't that serious. So the police called my phone. They like, what happened? Da, 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 da. I'm starting to break down, because I'm like, oh my God, bleh, I'm about to go to jail. Bleh, I'm about to go to jail. Like, I couldn't handle it. Like, I'm panicking at this point. Police gets off the phone, or before they got on the phone, listen, we seen the pictures. It doesn't really look like that. There was no blood. There's no bleeding. There's no open. There's nothing. So the reason why we call you is to kind of get your statement on the situation. We're not pressing charges. In the area that I live, I think most areas, most states, if it's a domestic violence, it's you against the state. It's not you against the person. So they're like, us as the state, we're not going to press any charges. But y'all can imagine, like, that just being a scary situation. Well, that was on a Thursday. On Monday, because I'm still boohooing inside, mind you, that Thursday, my boss, who we've had mad issues, she would come to me and be like, oh, people think, because I was like, oh, Miss such and such, she scares me a little bit. Like, the assistant director, she's kind of like, this is what my director told me. Oh, that's strange. Why would you say that? Usually people say that they're scared of me. Like, that's the dumb doodle brain stuff that she would say. Like, why do you want to intimidate your workers? Nobody's going to come here with team morale. Again, I just told you, I'm coming from a training job. I'm coming from where my whole team morale went up 107%. We would have L10 meetings every single Monday. And this was like, our stuff would go up. Like, there was never a moment where it went down, because when I say I love people, I'm pouring into people. My boss drained everybody. Everybody's scared. Everybody's talking about it. There's so many people that would talk about her. Like, I've never in my life been somewhere that there was one person collectively hated so much. Like, I mean, literally, even Jesus, like, nobody hated Jesus more than they hated this woman. Like, she was just not a good person, and I would call her on it. Like, they would put more kids in my class. They would try to put because I was in the 3s, so they would, when there's people, they were trying to shift the kids, towards the end of the day, the teachers are leaving, they start leaving at 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30, 5:15, whatever, they start shifting kids in the class. Well, if you put a 2-year-old in a 3-year-old class, then the ratio's thrown up. You need to have another teacher in the classroom. You didn't like that, so now you had to go back to re-putting the kids back to where they are. I'm not trying to be here to be your friend. I'm not going to be stressed out, and if anything does happen, I'm not going to be sitting here again going through CPS. But again, in that same situation, there was a 2-year-old in my class. So while CPS and licensing came on Monday, I had to tell my side of the story. They came in, first things first, they was like unannounced. So me and my daughter was at the park. I had to run to drop off my daughter at the park, because they was like, okay, well, we can just come back another time. Again, they're not rescheduling. So they're just going to pop up on your house and no. Y'all niggas here today. Let's just get this over with today. Like, that's it. Like, let's just get over today. Drop off my daughter to my parents' house, which all of this was in vicinity. We're at the park where we were, my house, my parents' house. So I'm like, let's go ahead and do that. Did that. I get to the house. They standing outside, which is already like, y'all just making it hot. This is still like my house. Like, can y'all wait in the car to like come? Like, I don't want people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Just, again, y'all can only imagine the shit that you're going through with this, right? Okay, boom. They come into the house. First thing they say, I said, I'm sorry, guys. I had like clothes on the couch, because when me and my daughter came back from the park, I knew she was going to be tired. So I was going to put her down and then just go ahead and fold the stuff. Literally took it out and put it all on the couch. floor vacuum, kitchen done, everything, because before we leave the house, I do not like having my bed unmade. I do not like having the house looking messy. That's just it. Like, you have to make sure your shit clean. So it just so happened that CPS came and my house clean. So the first thing they said was, oh, I said, I'm so sorry. You know, I wasn't expecting. They said, well, this is pretty good for us coming unannounced. I said, and is. Because a bad bitch gonna do what a bad bitch does, period, on every occasion. Keep my house clean, okay? That's that on that. So anyways, I came, I moved the stuff off the couch, did what I had to do. I'm talking to them. Again, I'm going in serious because on the way out, boom, when they're telling me I have to leave, and my daughter had to leave too, which pissed me off because I'm like, what if I need to just debrief, get my mind together, and somebody else can come pick her up? They put me on administrative leave. Okay, cool, not a problem. That means you're still paying me until you investigate. Okay, cool, not a problem. It is what it is, right? Which, again, it pissed me off because I'll tell y'all why. But it is what it is. So, they come, they're like, listen, first of all, again, y'all want to do the most. Licensing came and they shitted on y'all because when I told them everything and I let them know, and I wasn't even thinking, saying that, but I'm venting, I'm letting them know this is the situation, this scenario. They have brought 4 other kids in the classroom, such and such their age, It's cool. They were younger though. That's how I'm talking. I'm like, they're a little bit younger, so I understood, like, let's put them in the kitchen, let's put the other kids, because that's really what it was. It was like, I'm gonna let the new kids come in. We only let 4 kids in the classroom that go in the kitchen at the time. These classrooms are sizes are not that big. So that's the 4 that came in, they're younger, we'll put them in the kitchen, and all the other people, they have to roll out on the carpet. Well, of course, the boy doesn't want that, so he starts flipping the fuck out. And that's when he grabbed the block from the fucking blocks and he threw it into the kitchen. He wasn't trying to hit anybody, but it could have gotten really dangerous really quickly. I did what any teacher, any mom, any person would do and remove him from the situation. I did not tackle him. I did not snatch him. I did not beat him. And again, the police and CPS, there was no scratch, there was no bleeding at all. And by the time, this is what the CPS people said, by the time he had left the building, the scratch had went away. So that lets you guys know how deep this situation was. Well, on the way out, because I'm getting my daughter too, I'm just irritated because my boss pissed me off. She's treating me like I'm a criminal. She's being real disrespectful. Everything is in front of everybody. Again, you don't even know what the situation is. If I get found innocent, now I'm embarrassed coming back into this place because of how you treated me. And let's not even go there. As a Black woman, if you know that there's pressing charges and police and stuff, as a Black woman to another Black woman, like how disgusted I felt on how she treated me. But that's another conversation for another time, because guess what? Karma gotta do what karma gotta do. Anyways, I apologize to the mom. CPS is like, well, why did you apologize to the mom? I'm like, as a mother, I would feel devastated. Like, I come in, and the whole reason why this whole thing happened is because her son was flipping out. Again, all of this is full circle. We always talk about your son. He does the most. Her little son, her 2-year-old, he threw his shoe over the fence that day. That was sometime that week. I literally had to hop over the fence into the people's yard to get his shoe. When I say fence, there's like a wooden part, and then there's like this little metal part that goes over the wooden part just to keep from people going out. Like, I scratched up my fucking stomach. You were talking about scratched up my stomach hopping over the fence just to get your son's shoe, like, out of love. Because the teacher was like, oh, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to let the mom do it. Why? So you're going to let the boy go all day with no shoe on? Like, he got to go to the bathroom, stepping on the cold floor. Like, who's to say if you didn't clean up right and milk or something spills on the floor, now he got to put his foot in the milk because of negligence from your dirty ass? Like, hell no, I'm hopping this fucking fence and I'm getting that baby his shoe. Because if it was my baby, I would want somebody to hop that fence and get that baby's shoe. Period. So for it to be, this is your kids, this is how they do, same shit, different day. Every single time you pick him up, he run, he go hop on the bikes, do whatever, he running away from you, chasing. This is the type of child you got, and it's no shade, no tea. I don't know what y'all got going on your home. You probably doing the best you can, ma'am. But you see him spazzing out, and now you feel some type of way. Like, girl, read the room. Like, girl, ain't nobody doing nothing to your child. Now, on top of that, we have this thing called, I'm not even going to tell, well, what is it? Because I don't want to associate the school. It's one of those apps where you keep up with the parents all day. And so, long story short, I be taking pictures all day. I take pictures of when they go to sleep. I take pictures when they eating breakfast. I take pictures when we're doing song. We do video. Like, there's no way for me to be sitting here, be mad, upset, doing anything, or harming the kid. Like, y'all get videos literally up to date all the time. Cool. Not a problem. I apologized to her. They wanted to know why. I was like, humbly, that would suck. So once they wrote that down, they said, okay, we understood. Yada, yada, yada. Long story short, I guess the mom was trying to come to my house and fight me. I'm like, girl, never that deep. But if you want to, okay, the cops gonna be called because CPS already noted this. So if you do this and they already had it noted and they come and see me tell me like, oh yeah, just be careful, yada 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 yada, so forth. Like nobody's tried to contact you, nobody's tried to hit you up, nobody's tried to do da 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 da. I'm like, no, not that I know of, you know, so forth and so on, yada yada yada. Now I will say there was a weird number that texted me talking about some hello. I just block numbers that I don't know. I just tell y'all straight up. If I don't know you, I just block you. You text me, you know, I'm gonna just block you. I used to feel weird about that just because, you know, but I don't, not no more. This person's getting out the car. Okay, they switching drivers. I'm like, why you stop randomly, child? Why you stop? So anyway, so that was that. Nothing happened. Nobody tried to fight me. I don't think. I probably do have people looking at me when I come in and I don't know. But they kicked me out. They kicked my daughter out. This is what they said to me, y'all. So on Monday, the CPS people came. They said, listen, we're going to write it up. We don't see nothing founded. Cool. That's what they call it. Founded or unfounded. We're going to see you unfounded. Cool. The state said we ain't pressing charges. It ain't no reason for us to do all that. I said, cool. I'm thinking everything gonna be cool. Child, Tuesday they called me. They said, well, because we had incidents with you before, you know, you got written up before because you were on your phone, we're just gonna fire you. Please tell me how much sense that makes, y'all. If you knew that this was based off of something that I already got, like you already got written up, so this is strike 2 for you, then why, when this happened, didn't you just say, hey, listen, we're just gonna go ahead and let you go? You put me on administrative leave for 3 days. 3 days. 3.5. Because they called me. No. She called me Tuesday morning. She made sure it was early in the morning. Because I'm running that clock. And you don't like that. You don't like that, mama. Hate it for you. Dang. Called me bright and early. We're going to fire you because you was on the phone before. I would have respected. They was like, listen, we're going to fire you because this is a little bit too much for us. Okay, situation was a little bit too close to home. Anything could have happened, such and such, you know, and you a liability right now. You gonna tell me that because you had a situation before where you were caught on your phone? And let me tell you the situation that I was caught on my phone. There was a day where I was at work, I was overwhelmed. Me and my baby daddy was arguing, I was in the bathroom, I was crying. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfucking truth. And I shouldn't have been on my phone, but I was. And I was crying, I was boo-hooing. What I decided to do, instead of me staying here in front of these kids because I could not get myself together, I said, let me go ahead and go. I called the front desk because that's what we're supposed to do. We have a phone in our classroom where we call. I say, hey, my son has been texting me and he told me that he needs me to open up the door. Can I go home and open up the door? That's how she saw me on my, well, how did you do that? First of fucking all, girl, I could have opened it up and seen that I had 5 or 6 missed calls. Only reason why I didn't fight it with you is because you have it out for me. So let me go ahead and put my signature on this paper, give you my autograph, because that's what it's looking like. You a fan. Like, you just want something from me. So let me go ahead and sign this paper real quick. I'll sign it. I wasn't really tripping about it because that's the only thing that y'all have on me. That I called you because I was on my phone. She's like, well, how did you know? How did you know? This is how she looked at me. How did you know? Well, how did you know? How did you know? Girl, because I made it up. My son ain't even here. He live with his daddy. Like, shut up. I needed a break. And I'm at a job where I don't even feel comfortable enough to say, hey, listen, I'm having a mental breakdown right now, or I'm going through something right now. Let me go ahead and have it. Let me just leave. I just need to have the rest of the day off right now because this is too much. It's too much. That's what I got written up for. That's the reason why I got fired. Nothing else, y'all. I swear that's what she said to me. I swear that's what she said to me. I swear that's what she said to me. Because you got written up before for being on your phone, we're just going to go ahead and let you go. So let me put a pin in that. When I come on here and I talk to y'all about my job shit and how I'm broken up about it, how I'm broken down about it, because I really did like my job. Go ahead and raise your hand if you got caught on your phone at your job. Okay. Like, how many times? You get fired? This is how I'm feeding my kids. This is how I'm taking care of my bills. When y'all see me crying and being depressed and sad on YouTube, you dicked me because I was on my phone. And the thing about it is, this is like a franchise center. Even if there was like, listen, you can work at another one. It's fine. Like, listen, maybe not this one, but we'll put you at another center. That was not offered. But you know what I will take? Here's what I will take. After they kicked my daughter out, because they was like, well, you can't be on the property. I'm like, she has a dad. She has grandparents. Again, what you're saying and how you're moving, you're not making sense. My daughter can't come because I can't be on the property. What does that have to do with anything? My parents live 5 minutes up the road, and they were willing for me to drop my kid off at their house and drop her just for her to have stability, because that's what grown people do. That's what parents worry about with their kids, is if there is stability. Stability. They were willing to do that. Weird. Just weird. Anyways, that was a story time on that. As far as my baby daddy go, me and him be trying to like talk, but then I just be feeling like I don't like the fact that she was fucking around with somebody else. I just don't like that. It just don't sit well with me. I haven't forgave it. I have not at all. And once I get to the point of forgiveness, maybe. But right now, I gotta figure out my life. Mind you, all this happened in September. So I made the decision. I don't want to go back and work with kids. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. That was a good hit. I can go back right now and have, a job working with kids. But I cannot do that. I cannot work with you. I feel like that's belittling to my soul. And not as working with kids like being a teacher, but I'm not a teacher. You feel me? I work at a daycare. And like I said, that last job, the reason why I was getting paid so much is because that place is a franchise corporation. That's like a really big school in this area, and it sucks that the leadership was so horrible. And who's to say, because it wasn't just her, it was the boss's boss, which I had to, my boss's boss, I had to snap on her too, because I was asking them, I said, do you think I can get a letter of termination? Because I had my daughter's on DSS, and if you don't, before you leave the daycare, they're going to make you're obligated to pay 2 weeks, because you have to give them a 2 weeks notice. So I'm saying to them, I don't want to be obligated for any 2 weeks. I don't want to be, even though I'm not paying as DSS, I still want it to be, if you guys are releasing her, I would have to wait 2 more weeks for me to go to my DSS worker to have them process anything. I want that to be done now, and I need something written for that to be done. They're thinking I want a letter of termination for myself. Why the fuck would I need a letter? Here's how Social Security works. You put your number in, and it'll show you if you're employed or unemployed. Like, they'll show you when you do your W-9s and all that other stuff when you first work. That's what that's for. I don't need you to write a letter for me. Like, I'm not 6 years old. Like, I don't need to go tell my parents. How much sense does that make, girl? I'm asking you to release me through DSS because y'all don't want my child to come here. Y'all kicked my child out. So now let me go ahead and go to another school. Until then, I can't do nothing because I'm legally from the date that I end. If I say end date, they'll want to have 2 weeks. I can't say end date was 2 weeks ago because we use a clock in and clock out method. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, y'all blocking me in. Like, if y'all want to let me go today, let me go today so I can go ahead and sign up for another school. I can't. Like, this shit was, oh my God. And she started yelling at me about it. She's like, we can't do that. I'm like, girl, like, I literally had to do the girl, like, girl, please. Like, y'all are not listening to me, and y'all are so dedicated to making me a fucked up person. Like, I don't care about a letter of termination for me. Like, I don't care about that. My daughter is under DSS, which is a government organization and agency. They require it. But like, That situation just will never like, and when I get angry and I get mad, it's really over that situation. Like, and I need to let it go. That's why I said I don't want to talk about the shit no more. Like, I need to let this shit go because how them people did me was abusive, but I got what I needed to get because when I told my story to licensing, I snitched on their ass. And so licensing came in not once, but came in twice, and they failed both times. So now they're on red strike. Fuck me if you want to. Yeah. This time though, they'll let him know when they're coming. You are gonna we're coming in September. I mean, we're coming October, we're coming December, we're coming next week. We're gonna let you know. We're gonna give you an opportunity. And if not, it's bye. That whole establishment will be shut down. And I wonder if that's what happened because, ooh, bitch, the school that my daughter goes to, no, I think they're still open. Or maybe, I don't know. I need to see if they changed the name. So the school that my daughter goes to is a part of the franchise. And they had to change their name. It used to be one name, and it's another name. They have a grand opening on, or they had it this weekend. Oh no, they have it this weekend coming up the 2nd. I have to give them some bracelets for like little game door prizes or whatever. I had said I was gonna donate it, but child, that shit pissed me off. Like, we were sitting on the phone. She was really basing at me, like yelling at me. I'm like, girl, you are loud and wrong. Like, y'all think when y'all hear daycare, you think young or ghetto or whatever the case is, immature. Like, that's not a real job. And so you treat people on that level. And I hated to admit it because I'm like, no, I'm a teacher. And that's how when you go to these daycare meetings and stuff, they want to slice it up like you're a teacher. And I've been doing this shit for 20 years. Like, again, could not go to college. And I say 20 years, I'm 34. So I really have been doing this for 20 years. I was not able to go to college. Not gonna make it nobody's sad ass story. You know what I'm saying? It's not a deal for me. But I feel like I reached the glass ceiling with this. I'm not going to go to school, education. I don't see the point of doing that, especially how much stuff costs. And yeah, a lot of the teachers are unhappy. So then that means like I reached the max with this. And I think like that's the sad part. Always looking for stuff, substitute teachers, aides, whatever, and just start my way into county and go up. But I can't. I don't even want to do it. Like, daycare ruined it for me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to be around your kid. I want to be around your mama. I want to be around your daddy. I don't want to be around none of y'all, to be honest. I want to go home, and the only thing I need to worry about is did my children do their homework. And that was another thing too. Like, a lot of these daycare centers, they want to be academies and stuff, and so they want to have a high standard. You be trying to talk to the parents like, hey, your kid didn't turn in the homework. They be like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, okay, we'll get right on. They don't even realize, like, the materials and stuff. Oh, that folder that you left or that you did not bring or whatever, like, we had to pay for that. Like, the teachers are paying for stuff. Like, it's not the daycare. They don't care. Like, hey, oh, such and such didn't have their folder. Oh, well, I guess they're not going to have their folder. Okay, but that's not productive for them if they're not having their folder because we have assignments or we have things that we need to do. And so we need to, it's easier for the teachers for us to be able to put everything in the folder versus trying to have their cubbies and stuff all over the place. It just becomes like a hot, unorganized mess. And it's like, certain things, I get it, but then certain things, even if it's not, you guys keep buying, but you make it an enforcement to the school now or to the parents. Now you make the parents, hey, listen, they need a folder. This is a part of it. Like, certain things where it's like you guys can work together. You feel me? So, fast forward to, because we're going to get all this off our chest. I don't care who's watching. Like I said, y'all catch it on the playback. I'm going to get all this. This gotta go. This gotta go. And I have a headache. I haven't really been eating like that. So I want to go in the house and eat. Where are my keys? That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Anyways, so we can keep talking. Is that my pay? Girl, show high ass. What had happened was next is oh, So I broke out the daycare scene. And I also say, based on that too, since we've been in, I want to say I got comfortable because I feel like I got scared. Like I didn't know myself as anything else. Even working at the job that I was working at, like I'm the self storage place. I'm a great like employee because I work super hard, and like I be ready. Like I will say yes to everything. I am literally the definition. I hate that for me, but sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. My mom used to always say, if you don't make plans for yourself, other people will make plans for you. So people be like, hey, what you doing? You got this going on, you got that? And I'd be like, no, I'm good. I told you I live in the hood. Don't judge me. Hold on. My neighbor's dog is always fucking barking at me every single time because it be right across the hall. So y'all seen how close those doors were. Dog always fucking barking. I'm like, you don't shut your dog up. Anyways, so fast forward to, I'm like, I'm done. I got to get out my comfort zone. I really got to start doing, what I need to do because, listen, life is going by and I need to start paying for stuff. Now I'm by myself. I was engaged. Now I'm single. Um, and let me say this. Heartbreak sucks, but I am not no heartbreak ass bitch like that. Like, I don't feel depressed over heartbreak. That's the reason why I had deleted the videos off my channel. Because I'm like, I don't want nobody thinking I'm going sad over no dude. But, child, when you going through it, it is the worst. It is the worst. I got through it quickly, though. And I feel like I got through it gracefully. It's now when he's trying to talk to me and trying to see if we can build something again. Where I be spazzing out on him because I'm not over it. I'm not over it. It is down now. All right, fast forward to where we at now, present day. So that was September. Your girl, hold on. I had like lip gloss. Your girl decided she's going to figure out her life, do something else. I'm applying for receptionist jobs. I'm applying for medical offices. But around here, you have to be bilingual. And I can understand Spanish. I just can't speak it. I can't say all the words. And if y'all ever catch my lives, y'all hear, like, if somebody speaks Spanish or something, I might say it, like, whatever, and then I'll repeat it back in English because I can understand it. I just don't know how to speak it like that. I be sounding real stupido. El dumbasso, And I don't need that for my life. I don't need that judgment. And yeah. So long story short, I decided I'm going to be a girl in tech. I was like, yes, I want to do this. I'm going to study for my CompTIA Networking Plus. Cool. I do the Networking Plus. I feel a little off about it because I have no idea what's going on. With Networking Plus, you need to know at least the basics. I didn't know the basics. So I said, let me go back. What is the test that I can take that is going to help me, learn all the information and is the appropriate test, So I looked into it and it was the CompTIA A+. So all that information, all of the questions and stuff is all beginner based because or not beginner based, but all of just the basics of the computer, basics of, how to put a computer together, what the wire is called, what type of networks do we use in the computer, what type of RAM does it use, what type of different things are RAM, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she learned a little bit. But studying for that with no materials, no money, you just using YouTube videos, it was getting difficult. So on Carissa, shout out to her. Shout out to her. Okay. She was doing her big one up there because what she was doing, and I just seen it on YouTube because I was like, oh, I want to do something on for IT, da 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 da. And then I had seen the little ad pop up, and it was like, do you want to be in the field in IT and blah blah. You know how them little ITT, I mean not ITT, them little Carissa commercials, you know, with their professional certificates and all that other stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. I obviously know because I have a professional certificate for UX UI designer, which we'll get into because I'm putting all this out here. I've never stopped educating myself. I was not able to go to school, but I never stopped educating myself. So I have the Google UX UI design professional certification. I'm doing the IT professional certification. We'll get to that in a second. I had a personal brand building or personal branding certification, University of Virginia. There was another certification that I had, or certificate, certified spiritual life coach, another certificate program. Either way, your girl never stopped because that was my goal. I wanted to keep myself educated. I really, really wanted to go to school. I wish I could go back in time. I wish I had a time machine. But, you know, that's not how it goes. So it is what it is. I'm not about to keep beating myself up over it. You know, whatever. So, this year, again, doing the IT stuff, I'm like, cool, I'll do it. But Carissa offers a 7-day free trial, and then after that, you have to pay. Y'all already know the vibes. I've told y'all a million times, I'm not working. So, you know, I can't really pay for it. But if it's free, I'm going to go ahead and knock it out the park because, yeah, I can do it. So, in 7 days, I finished a certificate. I thought it was just for the professional certificate, the program, that it was just one certificate. Turns out it's 5 certificates. So I hadn't even really started the program. I just did the first basic part. I'm very proud of myself though, because I finished with an 89%. I know how to take apart a computer. I know how to put a computer back together. I will put that on my resume, which I'll get into in a second. But child, that didn't even put a dent in the professional certificate. So I can't even say I have the professional certificate in IT support. But the point of it was for me to learn or take those courses, for me to learn like the CompTIA, like for me to at least get some information down so that I can take this test. So I'm not gonna lie, a part of me is like irritated because I had a goal with it, but then the other part is just kind of like, all right, well, it's back to studying the old way, even instead of you forcing yourself, because I'm like, I'm gonna do it by January instead of me forcing myself until January, because obviously this is like stressing me out and I'm starting to feel really down on myself about it. Like, just push it and just see how far you can go with it and how comfortable you feel. It may not be January, it may be February, you know, or it may be March, you know, who knows? It doesn't have to be the ending of the year, but definitely taking your time. And then of course, when I do get money, whatever extra money, I'm able to continue the program. And I would like to, because obviously with the IT support, I would like to know exactly what that whole program is, because it would sound like it would help me not only in me taking my CompTIA A+, but initially I wanted to do networking anyway, but I just didn't have the basics. So it's like, okay, you might as well kind of do this, and then you can do this type situation. So yeah, I asked my parents, I'm like, hey, y'all know the deal, but again, you guys know they're paying my rent right now. So, you know, I did the unemployment. I had an interview. I was kind of in my feelings yesterday. Ugh, I got tape on my finger. Okay. In my feelings yesterday, if you guys seen the live, because I had this interview and I really, really thought I was going to get it. And of course, I did not. And I'm going to continue to fill out job applications, which you have to with the unemployment program. They make you fill out at least 2 applications a week. And I'm trying different areas, not just one, you know, not just receptionist, not just customer service, not just this. I'm really, really, you know, maybe financial advisor. I just did that yesterday. I forgot the name. Edward Jones is the name of the company in my area. But if y'all know anything about that financial advising company, y'all let me know. I don't want to be signing up for no scammers. But I mean, I'm good at selling. So I'm cool with commission, but it's just like I have to have a base pay. And then because I have kids, And then I also just can't do weekends. And that's also a thing. Even working from home on weekends, I did that before. It just will never happen again. And I believe in the power of manifestation. So I really, really do believe that if I put it out there enough, that the prayers will be received and answered. But yeah, that is that. I know somebody asked me how the classes was going. I just wanted to sum all that stuff up. So point blank period is when y'all see me breaking down over the last couple of days, last month or so, I just had to get over a lot of stuff. Again, in my truth, earlier this year, it was like my baby daddy stuff because that man hurt my feelings, y'all. I'm still surprised. I be thinking about it, and that's the reason why I'm angry because I'm like, why am I even fucking with you? Like, it just be making me so mad. Like, why? I might make that a separate video. I need to eat though. I might end this and then come back on because this is how my mom says it. Because I want to make my food and then I want to reset this live and then I can tell y'all the baby daddy story because I want to get everything out. But let me say the plan moving forward before I end this. For me, I really want some spaghetti. Do I have any more sauce? Or do I throw that out? Ooh, I'm going to eat this as an appetizer and I think I'm going to make me some spaghetti. I had pizza from earlier. How ghetto. Sit it in the microwave. So the plan moving forward though is, because that's the whole point. I don't want to complain no more about this subject. Y'all know I have a lot of complaining to do, but not about this subject no more. Because truth be told, the plan moving forward is I would like to step into IT and I need to make it more like a serious thing. So I need to start with my resume. I'm gonna put the certificate on there and we're gonna cross our fingers. Even if it's just like entry level IT support where I'm just answering phones right now, or I am I don't even know what an entry, like I don't even know without, I don't know. So we'll just pray for it and put that out there. But I really want to move myself forward. And I just think it's time. Like, I'll be 35 in December, y'all. Like, 35. Like, girl, you old as hell. Still trying to figure out what to do with your life. Okay? I just want to be an example to other people. Let y'all know it may not happen where you know everything. Shout out to the people that do. Shout out to the people who've really gone through some stuff and it took them some years to try to figure out how to get back to where they want to be or even start to be where they want to be. Because it takes a warrior spirit to just have resilience to get back up. But do it. Get the fuck back up. And so this is me getting up. Try not to fight. Y'all know me. I get real feisty. That is one thing I am really, really trying to work on. Did y'all see that? It like jumped out the cup. I was about to say, this is cold as hell. This would be really good as an iced coffee. I think I told y'all, I got that cup from the dollar store. This dollar store, it is microwave safe. And it comes with the cute little top. Like, this is my obsession. It's so cute. Nice little to-go cup. I know somebody out there, Mother Earth, is like, what about our planet? So, yeah, that's the plan with that. Now, the CompTIA, like I said, I really just think for right now, I'm going to stop trying to push it to January. I'm going to continue to look for different sources and really, like, see what I can do. But, like, the stuff that I see online, all they do is just read the questions off. The stuff that's for free, and then you just memorize the questions. Like, I really want to go through the courses. I did see a workstation simulator, which is your computer, them putting a workstation, quote unquote, computer together. But again, in the IT course, I got a chance to do that. And I think I showed you guys, I was so proud of myself. Like, I literally put a whole computer together. I put it back, even put the case back on it. But I was so proud of myself. I was like, come on with it. Okay, black girl. And yeah, so I'm good. It is what it is. I just need to breathe, take some of the pressure off my own self, because I will put pressure on myself and I hate that. I put pressure on myself because I always feel like I'm running out of time. I always feel like I'm not going to get it. So I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And you cannot live your mind like that, your life like that. And that's really like a mindset of lack. And I'm starting to understand that. And it doesn't make you do anything faster. It just, to me, slows up everything. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. My head hurts. Oh, I need to eat. I need to charge my phone too. And then I might come back on here and talk about my baby dad. I might. I need to. Let me just get all my stupid out. Okay. People don't want to look stupid in love. I'm stupid in love. I am. And if I'm gonna be stupid in love, I need to do it the right way. But we're gonna talk about it. All right. I gotta go, y'all. I'm gonna come back in maybe about like 20 minutes. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to the channel, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I gotta eat. I gotta go. Drink your water. Bye.